Hi guys, welcome to pregnancy week 20. Oh my goodness, I am halfway there. I can officially say that now. I turned 20 weeks today, so I am a full 5 months. And that kind of like depends, because some people say you're in your 5th month from weeks 18 to 22. But I kind of look at it this way, like there's 4 weeks in a month, so I consider every 4 weeks a new month. But according to the What to Expect When You're Expecting book, it states, 2 weeks difference. So, but, it's close enough. So, I'm saying I'm a full 5 months. So my symptom this week, I think I've had more symptoms this week, but not really much of any new ones that have changed from last week or the previous week before that. There may be a couple things, but I think that there's more symptoms with me than what has changed as far as the baby goes, so if that makes sense. I've had some slight nausea this week, but only in the mornings, and my body has been super achy still. It's mainly like my lower back and my legs. Like it feels like I'm getting growing pains in my legs, like literally from my upper thigh all the way down to my calf. And actually last night I was dealing with that in my right leg before bed, so that wasn't very fun because I was having trouble trying to get comfortable to sleep. I have been feeling really tired at night. Normally I can fall asleep really easily, but here recently I have been having trouble trying to find that comfortable spot. I haven't been able to sleep on my stomach now, and I'm a stomach sleeper, so I'm having to sleep on one or the other side, and I don't know, it feels like the bed is crowded, or I feel like I've got too much covers, or I feel like it's too cold or it's too hot, or the sheets are wrinkly, just all kinds of little things that come into play that I just can't get comfortable in bed now. So yeah, I've been dealing with that this week really bad, and I'm probably going to continue to deal with that until the baby's here. I've been having sore and tender breasts this week. Mostly in the mornings when I first wake up is whenever I'm noticing it, or if I wake up in the middle of the night to pee. Speaking of, I have been peeing a lot this week. I can't leave if I leave the house and I go pee before we leave, it doesn't matter. If I'm going 5 minutes out of the way, as soon as I get there, I've got to go to the restroom again. So definitely having to go to the bathroom a lot. I'm feeling the baby move quite a bit at night, and only some during the day. I am still craving the spicy burritos. I went this week and got the right ones this time, and I think, let's see, there's 6 that comes in a pack, and I eat 2 of those just for lunch. And I had 2 yesterday for lunch, and I had 2 today for lunch. So now I've got 2 left out of the pack. And I've still got like 2 or 3 of the other ones that weren't spicy left from last week. And I don't know, they just don't sound that good. And they're really not that good with hot sauce on them either, but I was only eating them with hot sauce because it was kind of curbing the crave. But I've also been craving candy. I've really been craving the lemon heads. I don't know if you guys know what those are, but it's like they're kind of hard, but you can also get them where they're the chewy ones. And my husband went out because, it's almost Halloween, and at the grocery store they had lemon heads, and my favorite ones are the tropical, and it's like 2 flavors in one little piece. So I just instantly fell in love with those one night when my husband brought a box of them home, and I ended up eating like the rest of his candy. But I was like, oh my gosh, I want these so bad, and I said that for like a week, and then finally yesterday when we were at the grocery store, we seen them, and they were in a big bag, like a value bag, because it was for Halloween candy. And we've literally demolished that bag in one day. So yeah, I've definitely been loving those lemon heads. I just really feel huge this week too. Like, I'm like halfway through my pregnancy now, but I feel like I'm bigger than what I should be now. It's like weird because last week or a couple weeks before, I felt like I wasn't as big as I should be, and now I feel like my body has hit like this growth spurt as far as the baby goes, and like I'm just all belly. But the baby is definitely growing, so I've been drinking a ton of water. We buy a case of water each week, where you get 24 of the water bottles, and I can drink half a case by myself in like less than a week. Like, I love my bottled water. I'm a water fan anyways. My mom loved water too, and I guess that's where I get it from, but I love, love, love water. And here recently I've been wanting water more than anything. Like before, like a few weeks ago, I was craving soda and caffeine, and now I'm not doing that now. Now I'm just wanting water, which is really good because it's flushing my system out. I had my ultrasound done on Wednesday, October 2nd. I did post a video of how the gender determination went and if it was successful or not. So if you haven't watched that, definitely go back and check the video. But I'll go ahead and let you guys know how that went here in this video also. I had a very active baby that day. He or she was so active that we couldn't even get an accurate heartbeat, but she got one the best she could, and it was rating 149 beats per minute, which seemed pretty accurate to me because here recently all the ultrasounds we've had done, the baby's heartbeat has been within the 140s. So it hasn't been anything over that yet, except for the beginning of my pregnancy. It was in the 150s. I think it was like 156 or 157 when I first found out I was pregnant. But the baby, it was so funny because like we were laughing throughout the entire ultrasound session because, and it lasted about a good 45 minutes, but every time we tried to get like a profile shot or just a picture of the orbits where you can see like the eyes, where that part of the baby where it looks like an alien basically, the baby kept putting its hands like over its face, like would not let us get a clear shot. But finally, after some toss and turns, the baby was cooperating a little bit better. And I'm not gonna lie, I didn't go in with a complete full bladder. I knew if I did, I would be hurting and I would start having Braxton Hicks contractions because you're supposed to drink like 32 ounces of water, and I only ended up drinking half. I drank 16 ounces, just one water bottle. But because I knew I was only going to drink one water bottle, I got up at, see, my appointment was at 10, I got up at 7, and I went to the bathroom and I didn't go anymore until after my appointment. So it was like 11:30 before I ended up going pee. But I ended up getting a full bladder anyways because the baby, the picture on the screen was just as clear as could be, and you could actually see my bladder, like it was so full. But yeah, the baby was super active. It kept opening and closing its mouth at one point, and we have it on video. And I do have ultrasound pictures as well in my video before this where I explain if the gender determination was successful or not. But I can't get the videos off on the disc because my CD-ROM on my computer is broke. And I did manage to get the pictures by putting the CD in my DVD player, and I got them on my TV, so I had to like use my phone to take a picture of my TV with the pictures, but they actually came out pretty clear. I was pretty surprised. But the videos, I'll try to figure those out, but we have one video where the baby's going like that, like just constant. And I was like, oh my gosh, what is it doing? We were just cracking up laughing. The baby was definitely moving its mouth a lot. And the baby was yawning at one point. I'm pretty sure we got that on video, but its mouth just went, and it stayed open for like a couple seconds and then it shut. I was like, oh my gosh, it just yawned. But it was so sweet because the baby was like keeping one hand up by its face. And with Caleb, this was the same lady that did his ultrasound. With Caleb, he like did the same thing. I feel like this baby, as far as the ultrasound, as the profile pic goes, this baby and then also Caleb's, I feel like they look the same. They look alike. But who knows, you know, that's just an ultrasound picture. Until the baby's actually here, then we'll really know. But yeah, the ultrasound turned out to be really good. She couldn't tell me a whole lot because I was trying to ask her, you know, like, well, can you tell where the placenta is located? And there was something else I had asked her, but she said she couldn't tell me anything other than the sex of the baby, which she wasn't telling us anyways because that's what we're keeping a secret for the gender party. But she said even that isn't 100% until the baby is born, obviously. I will say she had a heck of a time trying to find the gender because the baby was keeping its legs closed, and she had me turn over on my left side, and the baby started cooperating a little bit, and she got real close to the screen and she turned it away so that we couldn't see, and she kept glancing at it for a minute, and then she backed up, and then she was like, okay, I'm gonna have you turn back over facing me now. So I faced towards her, and she looked for a couple more minutes, and she typed whatever it was she needed to type in the screen, and then she walked out of the room because she was going to write the gender down on a piece of paper and put it in with the CD that had the actual gender pictures on it. She says she tried to get the best gender picture she could so that we could see what she saw in order to determine the gender. I don't know. With that being said, I kind of want to be like, oh, maybe it was a girl, you know, because I hear girls are a lot harder to determine, whereas for a boy, it's like clearly a little pee-pee, you know. But it was taking her a little bit to figure out the gender, and she actually had to go back and, you know, take a second glance to double check and make sure she saw what she saw. So, I don't know. I feel like I really, at this point, I don't know what I'm having. Like, you feel like you got this intuition as a pregnant mom, like, oh, I think I'm going to have a girl. I think I'm going to have a boy. And I get those. Like, last week before my ultrasound, I was like, oh, I'm definitely thinking I'm going to have a boy, even though I feel like, you know, my third baby, it's a good chance it could be a girl. But after this ultrasound, now I feel like, well, maybe it's a girl. So I really don't know. I don't know what to go with at this time. But it's one or the other. But anyways, everything turned out okay with that. Definitely go back, check the video out. I'll put the link to that in the down bar below so that you guys can find it a little bit easier. The top of my uterus should be level with my belly button now, and I can actually tell that it is, because when I'm laying in the bed flat on my back at night or in the early morning when I'm first waking up, I can like tell where my uterus is because it's gotten super hard already, and the upper part of my stomach is really, really soft, and as I move my fingers down, I can feel where my uterus, you know, stops, and it's right there along my belly button. I have been getting Braxton Hicks contractions quite a bit. I'm trying to take in fluids as much as possible to help control that. They're not painful. I can just tell when I'm getting them. It basically feels like my chest is tightening at the same time as my uterus. That's how I can tell when I'm getting one, because I can feel everything just like tightening up at once in my torso. And that's kind of strange because I noticed that at the end of my pregnancy with Caleb, and even after I had him, I came home from the hospital and I was telling my husband it felt like my chest just keeps tightening up on me. And I look back on that now and it was my uterus contracting back down to normal. So when my uterus contracts, it makes me feel like my chest is like tightening too. I don't know if any of you have that as well, being pregnant or in your previous pregnancies from personal experience. But if you have, definitely let me know, because I'm wondering if it's just me in my body. But that's how I have been able to tell I'm getting Braxton Hicks, because my whole center part of my body just feels like it tightens up. And like I said, it's not painful or anything, so it's not anything that's concerning me yet. So as far as symptoms go, that is everything with me. The baby this week is the size of a banana. It's 10.5 ounces in weight, and the length of the baby is 10 inches from head to heel. Now they're going to start measuring the baby from head to heel. But if the baby was measured this week from head to rump, it would be 6.5 inches. I got a couple baby bites to show you real quick, and then we'll do a live weigh-in and a belly shot for you guys. So for this week, I got a coupon my niece sent me. She didn't want to use it because she's sticking with Dr. Brown's bottles. And since I have already bought the Similac bottles, 2 sets of them, she went on ahead and told me to keep the coupon and use it for myself. So I got another Similac bottle, Simply Smart. This one is an 8-ounce single. I didn't pay, but what was it, like 17 cents, I think, for this bottle, because I had the coupon. It was $4 off, and these are only $3.97 at Walmart, and then I had to pay tax. And then today I went to Kohl's, and I got this frame. It says Love at First Sight, so I thought I would be able to put our ultrasound picture in there. I'm going to try to print it off my printer at home. Since I was able to get the pictures on my phone, I can hook it up to my computer and print them off that way. Hopefully I get just as good quality. But no, this is not one of my ultrasound pictures. I'll actually include some of those at the end of this video. This is just a sample. It does say with the purchase of this frame, you get a free personalized print at frameevent.com, which they have that anyways, because when I went to the website, it showed that you get a free one. All you have to pay is shipping, and I thought, well, I'm not going to do that because I can do my own editing at home, and I've got a Kodak printer, so I can do things like that myself, so I wasn't worried about it. But yeah, if any of you guys want to check that out, if you don't have the Kodak printer or, you know, editing software, definitely go check out frameevent.com, and you can get a free personalized photo. But yeah, this was on sale for $9.99. It retailed for $19.99, and I had a $10 Kohl's gift card that came in the mail. One of my friends had sent me because she don't shop at Kohl's. So I ended up paying nothing for this. And there is the receipt. $9.99 minus $9.99 came to nothing. So big old goose eggs. I saved $19.99. Really cute frame. It's white. Haven't took it out. If I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure if my ultrasound picture is a little bit bigger than this, I can take this part of it out and it'd be more like a 5 or 3.5 by 5, I think. Because this would be a 4 by 3. Yeah. So, or maybe a 5 by 7. I mean, 5 by 7. Excuse me. I'm getting my measurements wrong. But yeah, this is by Tiny Miracles. There's on the back. So that's what I got this week for the baby. Not a whole lot. Didn't get any clothes this week. But I'll go ahead and do a live weigh-in for you guys and then a belly shot. Okay, so here is the belly shot for week 20. I just feel like I'm all belly. That's the front. And this side. Okay, so we'll do a live weigh-in. Okay, so last week I was 139, and this week I'm 139. So 3 weeks in a row I'm staying at 139. It actually states in my What to Expect When You're Expecting book that by now, week 20, halfway through your pregnancy, you should be reaching about 10 pounds into your pregnancy, and I haven't even reached, what, 2 now? 2 pounds. So yeah, I think I'm doing pretty good so far. Alright guys, I'll talk to you all next week. Bye. Hi guys, so that sums up week 20. I will talk to you all next week for week 21. And I actually go to the doctor next week on Wednesday to see my OB. Hopefully, I don't know if she knows or if she's going to be able to see according to the ultrasound I had done of what I'm having, but I'm hoping she doesn't walk in and she's like, congratulations on your little girl or your little boy, and I'm going to be like, of all people, my OB gave it away. Hopefully not, because as soon as she walks in, I'm going to let her know. We did not find out the gender, so if you know, please don't tell me. So anyways, that is that. All my links will be in the down bar below, as well as the link to the video from the gender scan that I had done. Just me talking about it and how well everything went. So if you want to check that out, the link will be in the down bar below for you guys. And like I said, I'll talk to you all next week for week 21. Any questions or comments, leave them below or inbox me. And don't forget to click subscribe up there at the top, you guys. Bye.